Hello friends, welcome to Technocrat CS Academy. In last video we discussed that types of indexing. Let's continue further discussion on indexing. In this video we're going to learn what is primary index and types of primary index, that is Sparse index and dense index in detail. So let's understand this concept. Now, what is primary index? Primary index is nothing but if index is built on ordering key field or primary key field of file, it's called as primary index. Now, let's consider this diagram. In this diagram, this is a big data file or main file which is sorted order, and there is a one index file. Index file contains two columns, that is search key and block pointer. Now, in search key we use primary key, that is roll number, and primary key of student database which is unique, not repeatable. That's why it is called as primary index. Now, this block pointer pointing to the base address of record. So primary index is nothing but if index is built on ordering key field or primary key field of file called as a primary index. Now primary index have two types, that is Sparse index and dense index. Primary index is example of Sparse index. Now let first understand what is mean by Sparse index. So now in this diagram there are total 100 records and this record is stored into the main data file. Now we stored all this information of the student like student roll number, name, address, class, division, marks, etc. But in the indexed file we are not storing all information of student, we storing only two columns, that is the attribute which is going to search or on the basis of we are going to search the record, and block pointer which pointing to base address of record. For example, like book. Book include all information but index page contains search key attribute with corresponding page number. That means main size of the file is larger and index file size is less as compared to main file. Now, main file is a sorted one and there is a total 100 records. Now, it's not necessary that all 100 records included into the indexed file. As we know that the main file is sorted one, so here in index file I not make entry for each and every record from main file. That is, I only include roll number 1 with corresponding block pointer B1. Similarly, roll number 11 with the corresponding block pointer B2. Roll number 21 with block pointer B3. Then roll number 31, 88 and 96. That means what? Now in index file I only include some of the records from main file, and that is nothing but Sparse indexing. Now, what is the advantage of Sparse indexing? The advantage of Sparse indexing is that as compared to main file, the size of indexed file is very less. That is, the size of index file is less because index file not contain all information or all record. It can only contain two columns, that is search key and block pointer. And here in Sparse indexing we are not included all record which contains, and it includes or which contains only some of the important search key. So the size of index file become less as compared to the main file. Now for example, if I want to search particular record, suppose we want to find record number 28. So in this index there is a 21 and 31, and 21 is lies between 21 and 31. So from index file it goes to the block pointer 21 at B3. Now to search 21, it makes a sequential access because file is ordered and in the sorted order. So that is all about Sparse indexing, and this is called Sparse indexing. Now here in this type of index record are created for only some of the record, not for all record. To search a record, we find the index record with largest search key value, that is less than or equal to search key value we are looking for. We proceed by the index record and follow pointers until the desired record is found. Because as we know that main file is a sorted one as we discussed now. So until the desired record is found, it follows the pointer. Now as shown in this diagram, here the main file which is sequentially in alphabetical order, and in indexed file it only includes only some of the few records and with the block pointer, and that is nothing but Sparse index. Now let's understand what is mean by dense indexing. Now this is the main data file which contains the total 100 records. Now if I included all 100 records into the index file called as a dense index, that means I can make entry for all available records into indexed file instead of enter some of the records. That means if I not enter some record into index file, it's called as a Sparse index, and if I make the entry for all records which is available in main file, it's nothing but dense index. Now as we discuss here, this is the example of the Sparse indexing because we enter some of the records or some few records and not all. And because already our main file is a sequentially form and in sorted form or it is order form, that's why I can make the entry for some of the records and size of index file become less. But if our main file is not sequentially or not in order form, that is in unsorted form or in unsorted order, in that case main file contain records in the randomly, or it makes a stored record randomly or anywhere, that is not sequentially. So in that case we are not enter some of the records into index file because it is unsorted file. And if again I want to search for particular record, for example 28, it cannot be able to find easily because order is not maintained and it's sorted randomly, that is the unsorted form. In that case, we have to make the entry for each and every record into the index file, and that is nothing but dense index. So dense index is nothing but index record for every search key in database. Search speed is fast, but it required more storage space. Now it required more storage space because dense index make entry for all record. So the size of dense index become large. So in this diagram, this is the main data file which is unsorted, and this is the index file which contain every record from the main data file. That is Bhubaneswar, Delhi, Kolkata, Pune and Surat. Now so dense index is nothing but index record for every search key in database. So this is all about primary indexing, what is dense indexing and Sparse indexing. In this video we learned that indexing is nothing but one of the technique to fastly retrieve record. If main file is sorted, we can apply Sparse indexing, and there is not necessary to make entry for every record. But if the main file is unsorted, in index file contain entry for every search key record and size of index file become larger. So this is the basic concept of indexing. In next video, we're going to discuss about what is secondary index in details. Thank you.